Hello, everybody. I mean, we can't hear you. Well, today Andy is gonna do mine. That's we took out the ability to speak today, so Andy can't manage. So it's Catalina takes over. Happy Monday.
There we go. Okay, I got it. Thank you so much for waving your arms and yelling at me. Happy Monday, everyone. I did a whole full intro before you guys caught my attention, so sorry about that. But it is a brand new week, a brand new month. Happy August, everyone. I'm so excited to be here with you all. The crew is here, and I am so excited. We've got a great show lined up for you. Thank you, Catalina, for taking that for me for a second there while I got my audio issues worked out. I was using OBS Studio earlier, and it switched my little microphone setting. And anyway, it was pulling from the wrong mic. So thank you so much for taking care of that for me. Sorry, everybody. Yeah, very anticlimactic. But anyway, we are here, episode 60 of the World Radio League Show, and I am so excited. We've got... It's the third of August, and the 8th month of the year, and it feels it. It's not that cool outside, but over the weekend it was absolutely marvelous. Catalina, how's the weather down there in Argentina?
We have been. No, I hear the echo.
Oh, Shirley, no, you don't hear the echo. Try that again.
Hello.
You hear the echo. Okay. Well.
Hello. Yes.
Okay. While Catalina resolves the echo, we'll bring in someone who is. This is hilarious. Yes, they hear the echo too. So Catalina, you got to get that echo figured out somehow. You got something. So Catalina's gonna drop for a second. She'll be right back after she fixes her echo issue.
Maybe not.
But hasta luego.
Hasta la vista.
But yes, we have an epic show planned for y'all today. July Mugs for Map Shares winners will be announced forthcoming in the show today. We've also got Catalina's famed Ham Radio This Week segment coming up, so stick around for that. And we're going to be talking about some upcoming events we're going to be at, some amazing new additions to QSO Manager, to the desktop app, to POTA export review, validation, all kinds of cool stuff. Catalina, are you back with us? All right, Catalina, can you say something so that we can test for the echo?
Bienvenidos.
All right, we're good. Okay, awesome, fantastic. Now, there's something else we're gonna do today, and there's all kinds of things I could say, but I'm just gonna say, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome finally the return of our fabulous CEO James N0 WRL back from Europe. Welcome back, James. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good. I'm still alive. I'm still alive.
That's awesome. Yeah, you never know about them Europeans. No, I'm kidding.
It feels so good to be back.
That's incredible. That's awesome. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sorry, but I must say that James has an echo too.
I'm not hearing an echo out of James. James. Yeah, it's in the chat. Apparently, James, you're gonna have to drop and come back.
It's like different, like mine. Yours is like echo. It's like very.
It's pretty bad. Can you guys hear me?
It's like you are in a show.
Yeah, I'm not hearing the echo. But James, what we've always had to do for Catalina is Catalina drop and then come back. So if you drop for just a second and come back, it should fix it. We'll see you in just a few minutes. Yeah. I don't know. StreamYard must have done something about 2 weeks ago that started all these problems. So let's maybe turn in a bug report to StreamYard. But we've got all the old friends in the chat. We've got some new friends in the chat. This is awesome. This is fantastic. This is we've got a lot of really cool stuff coming and a lot of cool stuff on the show today. Hopefully James will be back very soon. I think he's gonna drop and then come back. Let's. James, are you back already? Okay, James is back already. Hey, James. Did that fix the echo? You say so?
Okay, good.
Today is the audio testing day of the live stream. The audio live stream the live stream audio testing edition.
Catalina, are you still hearing an echo?
Yeah.
Okay, James, I think you're gonna have to like literally drop out of StreamYard and come back again. I think that's what we're gonna have to do. I don't know. Anyway, while James gets that figured out, yeah, Levi's hearing it, everybody's hearing it. While James gets that figured out, we're gonna go ahead and move forward with the show. So apologies everyone for the delay there at the beginning. But anyway, we have got plenty to talk about, and I wanna loop James in right away. So we'll give him a second to figure that out. And once he comes back again, here, let me just pull him while he's figuring that out. I'll just pull him off the stage there. So once he gets that figured out, we're going to talk all about WRTC, his first person take on WRTC, and you know, we'll see what his take on that is. But in the meantime, we have I want to read a comment from James says he's back. Let's see. James, are you back?
All right, I got some headphones now. Is that helping the echo?
Is that helping the echo, Catalina?
It has some echo. It's not big, but for me it's okay. But it has a little bit of echo.
It might be coming. I started to do all the live troubleshoot, but it might be coming from one of y'all's speakers, because I've got my headphones in here. So
I think we both have echo cancellation turned on, so I think we should be good. But yeah, absolutely. Slight echo. Okay. All right. Well, we'll roll with it, and if it gets like really annoying, then just let us know, and we'll continue working on it. Somebody also said my mic's a little quiet. I'll turn it up a little bit so you can hopefully hear me a little better. Okay. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and roll with James. How was WRTC? How was the Europe trip? How'd things go?
Oh my gosh, guys, it was awesome. It was, let's see, Andy, can I mute you for just 1 second? Let me just see if that, I think that fixes can you guys still hear me okay? So it would, I mean, just to give you guys an idea, you take 100 of the top contesters and you stick them in a room and kind of let people, go crazy. It was an absolute blast. I learned a ton. We were extremely stressed for a while because we were just trying to keep everything within World Radio League inside the infrastructure running smoothly. And I have a little bit of war stories I could tell a little bit today. We had a couple moments where I thought our infrastructure was gonna crash out or something, but we survived it. And
Can you hear me? Can you hear me right now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, you couldn't hear me then. So, James, I want you to say like 3 or 4 things and see if we still got an echo, because I want to get this figured out. This is weird.
Yes, test.
Yes, echo.
The echo's there? Okay, so it's not coming out of my speakers because I muted my microphone. So somehow it's through StreamYard's engine.
But whenever you're muted, James talks and there is no echo.
Yeah, but I actually physically muted my microphone on my desk and he talked, and it's not coming back through my speakers. So there's something else weird going on.
I don't know. I'm not a technical.
Very odd. Anyway, I will mute and see if I can figure out anything on my side. James, you keep rolling.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll show you guys a little bit of something. If you haven't checked this out, I think probably most people have seen this, but we have updated World Radio League with all of the files, the Cabrillo files. So we actually updated the final logs inside of World Radio League. So if you go into the contests and events, you go into the WRTC page, we are now showing 277,000 contacts. So we got all the Cabrillo files from all the contestants. And you can go in here and kind of play around and, you know, take a look at it. You've got your WRTC 2022 champions who won it back to back. You can click into the team page. You can see the mapping. You can compare them against other teams. It was a tight race between all of the folks. I know a lot of, like, I was keeping a close eye on North America number 6, Dan and Chris. I have to say, Bracco and Sven, EU team 1-6 was a super fun team. I want to say they had one of the fastest, if not the fastest, QSO rates of anybody in the competition. 441 QSOs per hour was their fastest hour, which was absolutely insane. I think there was, like, if you sort it by the fastest QSO rates, you can see, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams had QSO. They had hours that were over 400 QSOs per hour. So, I mean, you're talking about a lot of talent. And I see
these rates were absolutely unreal, absolutely insane logging rates.
And shout out to Andy, who's in the chat. Andy was our guy who handled all of the Raspberry Pi installations, the networking. I mean, it's one thing to do the cloud software, but then combining it with these 50 Pi devices and trying to keep all of those things online all the time, capturing all the QSOs. It was just the logistical challenge of it, which was absolutely insane. So big shout out, Andy. Man, you did excellent. But I mean, to make this thing happen, this full size of the team, you're talking about dozens and dozens of people that had to come together to put together an event like this. So it was a huge team effort.
Epic. I mean, I was, of course, watching it from the other side of the pond, but it was unreal. It was insane. Absolutely amazing to watch.
Yeah, and then I think for a lot of people have been hearing on the WRL side for a long time that we've been really busy on this, and it's kind of taken us away from some of the other items on the roadmap. So I'm really excited to just get back to the roadmap, get back to building other features and integrating these types of live contesting features into other upcoming features. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, absolutely. So what's like your biggest takeaway from WRTC? What was the James? I hear you're still getting the echo. I would love it if you could just like try just dropping really quick and coming back, because that fixed it for Catalina. If you like fully drop out of StreamYard and then come back again, because it's really weird. It's like a software issue somehow or another. So if you could just, you know, pop out for just a second, come back. Once he comes back, we'll ask him what his biggest takeaways were. But, you know, from our perspective, WRTC, absolutely insane, absolutely amazing. It was an incredible event. And, you know, and watching James on the like the closing ceremony, you know, they brought James up on stage. The closing ceremony was an epic event. The whole team, but basically the whole team watched the closing ceremony live, and it was incredible. It was awesome. And watch James there was just so much fun. And so James, what was your biggest takeaway?
I think it would be it worked.
Good.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah, that's so funny. Yeah, Andy. I guess
okay,
software bug.
Okay,
software
Zach,
bug.
I'm roasting Zach now. Zach, it was not me all along.
That is so funny. Oh my gosh, I literally could not. I was hearing myself twice. It was so hard to talk before. Oh, it feels so much better. We should really we should bring Andy on to talk about it a little bit too. It was insane. I didn't sleep.
Yes.
I did not sleep for like 36 hours. I told my wife, I said, I don't think I've gone that long without sleep since college. And then I thought about it and I was like, I don't even think I ever went 36 hours without sleeping in college.
Absolutely.
So that was probably the longest.
Andy or any of the WRTC team, I would love to do, like, I know you guys are kind of in the middle of some like log reviews and stuff, but after you guys wrap that, if you want to like come on, yeah, I saw Zach's comment there. If you want to like come on and like, you know, do like just a recap, we'll bring you on for a half hour or an hour on the show, and we can talk WRTC. I know we were in the trenches for months working on this together. And if you want to come back, then I mean, if you want to come on the show, we would love to have you here. So reach out, James, you've got their contact information. If you want to reach out and just copy me in that email, then we will get them scheduled for, half hour on the show one of these days.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean,
so much fun.
just to kind of say, I think when I think about what's coming next from World Radio League is just incorporating more of those like live contesting features into all the contests that are coming.
Yeah.
And, me and Andy, we've talked a lot about different types of new contests we could incorporate. But I think just anything that makes contests, any types of features that make live contesting more fun, gives you some more data to look at, and keeps it engaging. I think we're going to continue to incorporate that. And then plus we've got another WRTC in 4 years. So
yeah, absolutely.
Who knows? Maybe we'll be doing another one.
Have you, well, I guess we don't know where the new one's going to be located yet, but once we do, are you, let's get some insider behind the scenes info. Are you going to be pitching to host the leaderboard in 2030?
So it's funny because it was like so much work to do the leaderboard. I thought later, I was like, I asked myself, I was like, if they asked me to do this again, would I do it? The good thing is we've got most of the stuff in place. So the next time it won't be quite as hard to do. And we learned a ton about the Raspberry Pis, and we learned a ton about what's important on the cloud infrastructure and the scoring and, all these things. So yeah, the answer is absolutely we'll do it again. And the rumor is that the next one's going to be in Croatia. That's what I've heard. It's not official yet, but that's the rumor.
Okay, that would be cool. There's
I can
a
replace you, James. I have an echo.
Now, there's a tidbit of insider information that the next WRTC could be happening in Croatia. That is really awesome. So James, final thoughts, final takeaways. It was epic. Is there anything that you would, going into it? I know we learned a ton. Is there anything that you would have handled structurally differently? And is there anything that you just was just epically, just went extremely smoothly, better than you imagined?
I mean, I think with the time that we had and the resources we had to do it, and again, this was something we did for free, right? Like we didn't get a big payment or a big grant or anything to do this. We just did this for free. So given the time and the resources that we had to do it, I think we did the absolute best that we could have. Yeah. There was a couple of pies that didn't come online. There was a couple minor issues that happened but that's to be expected with any big of a technical effort that's this large. So to wrap it up, what I'd say is, everybody, continue to use the contest and events page in here. You can go back, you can take a look at the wrap up of WRTC if you want to take a look, but also, try out WRL for some of the upcoming contests. We've got worldwide sideband activity coming up. We've got, looks like a couple sprints. I won't be doing any of the CW contests. Andy, maybe that'll be good for you to jump in. And we got lots of QSO parties coming up. So
we can fix that. You said you won't be doing any of the CW contests. We can fix that. We can fix that.
I'm working on it. I'm getting into your app, Andy. Don't worry. I'm getting into your Morse Mastery app. But another really cool thing too is we now support contest, de-expeditions, and special events in our contest and events page. So
huge updates.
If there's any de-expeditions or special events that you want us to add into World Radio League so you can participate from WRL, just let us know and we will get those added. So
John Shannon, stick around and we will show you what we're working on to teach CW. We've got some epic stuff, and James has been out. James hasn't seen some of the most insane updates yet. James, we've got stuff to show you, man. We've got stuff to show you on Morse Mastery. So we will take a look at that in a bit. All right, James, we've heard the recap on WRTC, but you've been out for 3 weeks. So is there anything else that's been going on those last 3 weeks that you'd like to give us an update on, that you'd like to share with us? Anything in your personal ham shack? Anything cool that happened to you that you'd like to share before we move on to the next topic?
Not anything. I mean, I took a 2-week vacation, which was great.
Yeah.
My echo is back now.
Yeah, it's something to do. We have determined that it's something to do with screen sharing. Whenever you share the screen and then you remove it,
No,
somehow that
my ego returned before.
Yes, but James was sharing a screen. It's something to do with screen sharing. It continues to pop up whenever screen sharing occurs. So we will keep working on nailing that down. And over the break, you guys can drop and rejoin again during the break. We'll have a break here in just a few minutes. But I'll James, in the meantime, I'll mute and you can give us any final thoughts before we move to the next topic.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I'm getting back into the swing of it. I am happy to get back just to like building regular features and not WRTC. We're gonna try to port everything over from WRTC that we can. And then personal ham shack, I've got a hex beam sitting in my basement that's going on my roof and a Carlson roof tower that I need to build. So as soon as I get a little bit of spare time, it's hex beam time, and I'm going to be upgrading from the infed half wave to something that's got a little bit more gain. So we're going to see how that affects the shack. And I'm also with the WSJTX integration on the desktop app, I'm going to be getting a lot more into FT8 these days. So I was working on getting my radio set up for FT8 this morning.
Okay, awesome, fantastic. All right, well, we have a few more minutes here before the next break. Thank you for those updates, James. That's really awesome, and hope we can get this. I think I'm gonna report a bug to StreamYard, because this is the second week in a row we've been dealing with this, and it's getting annoying. I know you. I think you applied to Echolink. Have you got your approval email yet?
Not approval email. No approval email yet. So I'm going to have to get on the Echolink next week, but I've never made an Echolink contact before. So
awesome.
That'll be my first Echolink.
We will get you and Catalina both on Echolink next week, and it's going to be awesome. But Catalina if Catalina is able to and she wants to, we might even have her make a few more contacts today. So if you've been wanting to get Catalina in the log, stick around a little bit here. So all right, we have some really awesome new stuff coming in World Radio League here. So I'm gonna throw one of the big ones out. Actually, we'll do the big one after the break. So James, do you want to walk us through the POTA export? We'll save the other two till after the break, but do you want to walk us through the POTA export validation updates?
I would love to. So I think this is for anybody that's a POTA operator. If you're new to POTA or you've been doing POTA for a while, it's just a good review on using WRL for POTA, and specifically the POTA export, because we've got a lot of questions about this, especially on social media over the last couple of days. And I just want to walk you guys through how to export for POTA and to make sure that your logs are good, to make sure they get accepted, and that you don't have any issues. And in the case that you do ever have any export validation issues, you can reach out to us directly. Just click the report a bug and we can help you with that, because I know it's been a strain on the POTA help desk team. They get a lot of logs, and so anytime they have an issue with any logs, it can be kind of frustrating for them. So we want to do anything we can to help those guys out. So the first thing is, you'll see I've got a couple POTA activations in here. I have like some other logs as well, but the ones that are POTA activations, when you hover over the little 3 dots, that's where you're going to get the export ADIF. And if it is a POTA export, just make sure you use the one that says the POTA park name. So that's going to be the main key. So don't just use the regular export, use the POTA export. And there is another way to get to that too. So if you click into the log, you go to the settings, you go to export, and you can click the export, in this case, US 0662 ADIF. You can also export the log for another operator. So if you're doing a multi-op together at a POTA park and you want to, that second operator needs to export their POTA park, you can just enter their call sign in, like in0APX, and then I can export the same ADIF with the same contacts for the second operator as well. Now, there's a couple things that we do to make sure that your logs are accepted properly, which is we do a check and make sure everything has a band and mode, that all the required fields are there. So if I were to edit this contact, and I'm just gonna I'm gonna blank out the band here. I think it'll let me do that. Let's try that. And then let's see if I go and export and I do the export POTA. If you are missing any data, you get this nice warning screen that says, update your band. Your contact is missing the band. So I already know what my band is here. I will just update it, recheck it, and it says all your contacts are good and ready to be exported, and then save and continue to export. We also, the big change that we made recently is we just implemented this POTA export check on your desktop app and your mobile app. There's a lot of different places you can be exporting things from World Radio League because we've got the web app, we've got the desktop app, we've got the mobile app. So now the POTA export is in all three places. So should make sure that everything that you're exporting over to the POTA team is formatted correctly and you're not getting any issues. We're also adding some sort of warnings and just trying to make sure that, you know, for some reason, if you are logging and you forget to add the band or you forget to add the mode, that you catch it before you're logging, because obviously that's the ideal case. But in what I personally do most of the time, I don't know how other people feel about this, but if I go out and do a POTA and I log on the mobile app, since everything syncs to the web, I just wait till I get home. And then once I've got the contacts here from home, I just export it from home and import it into the POTA site. So that's how I manage it. You can export from the mobile app as well, but in my experience, it's just easier. Just wait for your logs to sync to the web, export it from the web. But let me know in the comments if anybody's doing POTA and has thoughts about how you like to do your export, or if you've had any issues with exporting. Just let us know, and we are happy to help if there's anything else. But, you know, having a really tight integration with POTA, making sure you guys can get all over your logs over there without any issues is really, really important, because it's definitely one of the most popular portable activities.
Absolutely. Fantastic. And I'm so excited to see those, you know, show up on desktop and mobile, because that's such a great feature. And, you know, it's we also I was working on something else over here. Did you also show the new kilohertz megahertz feature as well?
Oh no, I didn't. But this is, so we've added some additional support here for just like helping, you know, determine the frequency as you're typing it. So if you're typing a frequency, it'll help add the decimal in the correct place. So we've built the band plan into your frequency field here. So it's pretty easy to tell. Just basically, if you type 14250, for instance, it knows that you're talking about the 20 meter band, versus if you type 146520, it's going to know that you're on 2 meters. So it's going to add some extra help on the frequency formatting there for you.
Yep, absolutely. All right, that's fantastic. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and then we've got all the amazing stuff that we talked about earlier after that break, including some new changes to QSO Manager, WSJTX integration in the desktop app. We'll take a look at that. And also, we've got the July mugs for Map Shares winners. We've got ham radio this week. We've got Catalina getting back on Echolink. We've got a lot of stuff to get to. So we're going to hit a break real quick, and then we will be right back after that. So do not go anywhere. James and Catalina are going to completely drop from StreamYard and return during the break and hopefully clear up this mess once and for all. But they'll probably have to do it again next break. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to get on StreamYard like right away and figure this out, because this is ridiculous. But all right, guys, we will be right back after this break. Do not go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody, to the fastest 2 hours in ham radio. This is episode 60 of the World Radio League Show. 60 episodes. That's nearly 120 hours of pure ham radio goodness. I am so happy that we are welcoming back James in 0WRL from his much-needed vacation, as well as Catalina from Argentina from her much unwanted illness that she contracted last week. She was still here, but she wasn't feeling the greatest. But with Catalina, we're so glad you're feeling so much better, and glad to have you both here. Finally, the whole crew back together again.
Feels good to be back. How's my echo, guys? No echo?
No echo on me. How about you, Catalina?
I love it. I love it.
Okay, Catalina.
Are you guys pranking me for my first show back or something?
Catalina, I don't think there's any echo on Catalina either.
I have echo.
Catalina still has an echo. Well,
yeah, I want to give a thanks to everybody that gives us feature requests in the chat, in the community, on Discord, everything. We watch those feature requests like crazy, and we can't implement all of them because in a given week there's only so many hours of things that you can work on, and we have to respond to the bugs and things too. But every time you guys mention something, it does kind of bring it to the front of our minds and reminds us to try to prioritize it.
In fact, I'm going to hit a few comments here right quick because we've got some kind of top of mind. Let's see here. Tim says he's still waiting on that satellite dashboard, James.
Look, I'm excited to work on this. Like, I think what we need for the satellite dashboard is a beautiful dashboard where you can track each satellite, ideally with a picture of the satellite, and see, which bands and modes you've worked them on.
And the position overhead, absolutely.
Rockets and Radios, did you change your YouTube tag? I feel like I'm trying to remember. I know your call sign, but I'm drawing a blank here.
Yeah, absolutely. Rockets and Radios. Are you the same? I'm suddenly realizing that I may be confused. Rockets and Radios, are you the same as ZOD Kaboom? I'm suddenly.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. Gary says we need an offline call sign database cache. For the desktop app. I kind of agree, Gary, and we may be leaning that direction at some point. It's not going to happen overnight, but we can absolutely,
Great feature request. I mean, getting the desktop app really opened up a lot of possibilities for us.
New world of possibilities. Marvin says, welcome back, James.
What is up, Marvin? Great to see you.
All right, James, we're done with WRTC. Now we can focus on our real
Winter Field Day. Hold on, we still got a couple months till Winter Field Day, so we got to do a big one.
Yeah, absolutely. It's gonna be awesome.
We'll have to get Marvin on the show here.
So Zach says, Zach, thank you for the perfect segue. This is a perfect segue into our next topic. Zach says, by the way, download the desktop app. Once I heard it has the DSJTX integration working great. Now the app just needs a few more features for it to actually be my daily driver versus the web. Absolutely. There are not many features left for it to be a daily driver. The cat control is epic. WSJTX is solid. And let's start talking about that, James. Have you got the WSJTX connection set up?
Set up loosely, let's say that, but I can at least give you guys a demo of what it looks like.
I've been installing so many test versions. I don't know which version I've got right now. If you could show us that would be awesome.
So, and if you're not on the most up-to-date version, it should automatically update you. You'll get a little notification in the bottom right that says if you need to upgrade. But this is one of the best features we've released on the desktop in a long time, which is the WSJTX integration. So all you have to do is you give it a target logbook. So if I could use my 2026 random fun, and just like any UDP connection, you set your UDP port, your bind address. We do have multicast group support if you're using a multicast group. A lot of people have requested that, and you have this handy option, which is start listening automatically when the app opens. So just less steps for you to do. You click start listening, you operate WSJTX. As long as you've got WSJTX to send the context to that port, everything streams and it'll show up here locally on your app, and then it'll show up on your cloud account as well too. Because just everything within World Radio League syncs. Your desktop app syncs to the web, syncs to your mobile app. So big shout out to Brad K4AZ. He was really pushing on trying to get this one done, and him and the rest of the team did a really, really awesome job on this. So I am.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think because you used to have to do. We had a integrations app that also had WSJTX, but it didn't have the full desktop logger built in. So if you wanted to use the desktop app and you wanted to stream WSJTX, you had to kind of use 2 apps plus the web app. So it was getting kind of annoying. So I think this is going to be the best way to stream your FT8 into WRL or anything from WSJTX for that matter.
Sure. Yes, and this WSJTX connector, the cool thing about this is there are multiple programs that use the same UDP packet. So WSJTX uses this. I think doesn't N1MM use the same UDP packet? I believe.
They use a different port by default. They use like 120. N1MM uses 12060, but I think the packets are very similar.
Yeah.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna generalize this so that you can use it for any. Like we'll have some templates like N1MM and 3FJP, so you can integrate with those. But then we'll also try to generalize it a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. But circling back to this, like the Podacat software, he has a WRL integration built right into his software, and it uses this UDP packet system. So, if you're using Podacat to control your radio from your phone, you can stream your contacts all into World Radio League using this same listener, even through the desktop app. So, if you've got like an offline rig, or whatever, and I guess you'd be online if you're using Podacat, but you can stream those contacts even into your local database before they go to the cloud. So
and that's the thing, Andy, there's so much software in ham radio, and there's so many different ways that you can integrate with it. So we try to be pretty agnostic to let people use whatever software they want to use. If they're using World Radio League, if you want to use World Radio League and you like some features, but you're using another logger, like let's say you're using N1MM, but you want to, use some of the live contesting features or the live contest scoreboard. Well, you can do that, or you can import logs, you can export logs. And we actually are even going to be releasing our first version of the API pretty soon. So we want to keep the system as open as possible so that you can integrate with it. You can talk to it in any way that you want. Where you're getting your data in, you're getting your data out.
Absolutely. By the way, welcome Jim from FEP Labs Radio. Jim did a great video on using World Radio League the other day. Welcome in, Jim. That's
Jim. Yeah, it was in our weekly email. So if you guys aren't
first times here to visit the show, thank you so much for popping in. Back to our Winter Field Day topic. Marvin says, let's not make it happen too quick. We still need time. Marvin is the president of Winter Field Day. Tim says, speaking of Marvin, winter is coming. Matthew says, Winter Field Day is one of our club's favorite activities, and they're in Buffalo. That's gotta be cold. Buffalo, New York in the winter has got to be cold. So
no
guys,
kidding.
Be sure you get your club all set up with World Radio League desktop loggers. It's going to be epic. And we're looking forward to working with Marvin on having the live scoreboard running for Winter Field Day. We're super excited. So, and Tim from Rockets and Radio says, we don't have winter. We have 89 degrees every day. Of course, Tim is in Guam. So, and yes, call sign KH2XX. Formerly, he was EOD Kaboom on YouTube. So, he is now Rockets and Radios. So, welcome in, Tim. Glad to see you. We have a couple of feature requests here, and Zach's complaining today. He says that he misses the contact added toast message. Did we really get rid of that one? Here, what do? We replaced it with like a little animation on the button, I think, maybe.
Yeah, I thought we got rid of that like a little while ago. That was I would be honest, the contact added toast was driving me nuts, Zach. So I was not I said good riddance on the contact added toast message. And especially if you added a couple, quickly, they would stack on top of each other.
Yeah.
So
it To us, it was not great design. So sorry, Zach. Didn't mean to offend
But
you
Zach,
there.
but hey, we got to give Zach credit because I feel like Zach's a
Yeah.
much better designer than I am.
Yeah.
So
Zach definitely has a lot of UX UI experience. So we won't completely throw him under the bus there. Gary's asking if WSJTX integration works alongside of Grid Tracker 2. In our community, ping Brad and ask him for the instructions on this at community.worldradioleague.com. We will get this documentation up. We might have it up even on our World Radio League user guide documentation. But ping Brad, ask him for this. He has done very detailed work on this, and we will turn that into a guide if we don't have it yet. I think we have it. I think if you go to worldradioleague.com and go to our docs, we have the information there on how to set that up. And a couple more contacts here. John AC8XU says, just as long as the Ohio QSO party logbook works for me later this month as a county activator, I'll be happy. That's awesome, John. Yeah, be sure and send us some screenshots and pictures of your setup there. It's going to be incredible. If you have any specific questions, feel free to ping us in the community or on Discord. Let us know if you have any questions or concerns ahead of the Ohio QSO party. Benjamin says it would be nice to have the shortcut keys working in desktop app for pasting a call sign. So I'm assuming is in like control C, control V, that kind of thing, or command C, command V. Yeah, Benjamin, if you want to clarify that, then we can take that. And Charlie has a feature request. He says exporting a POTA log for another World Radio League user should automatically create that log for them. That's actually a cool idea. What's your take on that, James?
Would automatically create the log like in their account, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I liked it. Yeah, I like where it heads at. I don't know if I would do it automatically, but maybe
like a checkbox where you can like say create this log for that.
Or share this log to this person's account or something. But Charlie, that's an awesome.
Yeah, that's really
that's
cool,
a great request, Charlie.
I like where your head's at. That's awesome. And John says also I think it'd be cool if WRL had their own eQSL page, like a list where we can see WRL digital QSL cards. James, we've teased a little bit of something. I don't think John was on the last show and we teased a little bit of this, but do we have something coming along this line?
Well, all we'll say, first of all, good to see you, John. I know we met at, I want to say Hamcation.
Yeah,
it was 2 years ago. And
me and John are both, we're both kind of in and out of like LICW classes for a while, I think.
Oh, nice. Yeah, well, great to see you, John. Yeah, I don't have any big announcements to make today, but all I can say is we are actively working on this. We are actively working on it. We're actively working on it.
Awesome. Willard says, how about a net logging profile? This is definitely one we've talked about before. Yes, that is on the roadmap, but we don't have any specifics for you yet, but it is certainly on the roadmap. Tim says to drop everything and go to satellites. I need to get back on the satellite roll. I was making a lot of satellite contacts there for a while, but I need to get back into it. What I really need is one of those like auto rotor setups. Yeah,
that would get me on the satellite.
You got a tower. You just got to get the rotor. Yeah, absolutely. Now, then you'll start understanding those people who say we want rotor control. So, absolutely. Well, as soon as James gets somebody, please buy James a rotor. As soon as he gets a rotor.
No, I bought a rotor.
Rotor. Oh, you bought a rotor.
I bought a rotor. I bought a Yaesu rotor. I spent
like about 3 days. No, I'm kidding.
It was like I spent like several $100s on the Yaesu rotor. Like it's a nice rotor. So. Yeah, I think you're right though. I think as soon as I have a rotor on my roof, you'll probably rotor control within World Radio League will be there.
It's gonna be there like vibe coding. It's like I got a PR, guys. We got to get this one approved like now. Fred says, how about a course? I'm assuming he's meaning a ham radio prep course on digital mode setups. That's an interesting idea, because that would be a very in-depth course. That would be like. That's a lot of topics. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's heavy. Yeah. That would be a really good course. we would need to do some more research or bring in some
Definitely.
expert on that one, probably.
Definitely, absolutely. John says, will Ham Radio Prep add a CW course, please? We've got stuff in the works, John. Let me introduce you here in just a few minutes to Morse Mastery. I will show you something really cool. So we'll take a look at that here in just a little bit. Morse Mastery. Stick around and we'll take a look at it. Ed says, when using WRL desktop on a poor internet connection, can I turn off autosync?
Good question, Ed. You don't actually have to turn off anything for the auto sync. It will just it just won't sync. It'll know that it's offline, and then whenever you get connection again, it will sync up. So it's the way that the desktop app works is it stores all of your contacts locally on your database first, and then if it detects an internet connection, it'll sync it to the cloud. And you've got everything backed up locally on your device. So if the cloud sync ever fails, you've got all of your got all of your data there. Absolutely. But you don't have to turn it off. It just handles it automatically.
Yeah, for sure. Rodney says Cowtown Club is committing to World Radio League for Winter Field Day. Working with the team for seamless use and desktop will be the preferred platform. That's for some applause. That's awesome, Rodney. Thank you for getting your club set up with that. That's really incredible. Okay. Zach is talking about something different. He's talking about confirmation the contact was added from WSJTX to WRL, like you do with cat control. A different.
Oh, okay. I'm tracking with you now.
Yeah. I get you. Well. Okay, Zach. Thank you for clarifying. I was worried. I was worried.
I thought the big toaster on the screen. That thing used to drive me crazy.
Come on, this is what you do, Zach. Are you crazy? Thank you for clarifying. KF8GJH says Catalina needs a guitar in the background. Sorry, Catalina can't talk today. She's got echo issues on her microphone. We'll get her taken care of here in just a few minutes because she's going to give us the July mugs for Map Shares winners as well as the Ham Radio This Week segment. Let's see here. Okay, Jim says he got a projector for you so you can do a live demo of all the cool features. Are you presenting at Jim's club? Or
I don't know if we have it on the schedule or not, but we'd love to. I think we do actually. I think we might have it on the schedule.
Awesome. Sounds good. We've got plenty more to cover. Why don't we go ahead and hit? Let's see here, James. I'm gonna ask me and you to both mute, and we're gonna put Catalina up here to do the. Catalina, do you want to do mics for Map Shares winners first or Ham Radio? Let's save the Ham Radio this week till later in the show if that's all right with you, and let's go ahead and do the mugs for Map Shares winners. How does that sound? Or do you want to do the Ham Radio this week first? I don't care either way. Okay.
Catalina can't do anything. She's like, what are you talking about?
Okay. All right. We're going to both mute. Catalina, you just pick one and do it.
Hello? Yeah, so muted the voice. Now it's Catalina. Can you hear me? Yes, I hope you can hear me. Okay, so let's do one of my sections and I will speak for 2 hours, just me, and with James and Andy muted here. Because they can't talk. They talk too much, so now it's my turn. Okay, so I am going to present the July winners for mugs for Map Shares. This is the ongoing project that we have every month that you can share your map and you are participating to get a free mug. There are some rules that you have to follow. So the maps that are valid to participate in this project are the ones that you are sharing in our group, in your profile, of course, tagging World Radio League, so I can check them and I can see them. And sorry. And the ones that are sharing a private group does not count as a point. So it's very, very important that you have that you tag World Radio League. It's at World Radio League in all social media, Instagram, Facebook, all social media, the same name for our account, and you are participating to get these free mugs at the end of the month. So we have some winners this week. I am afraid of sharing, but as the guys are muted, maybe it works. So let's see if this works today. I have the winners here for July. Let's check. There are some known names and there are some others that this is the first time that are winning. So let's give a round of applause. This is my time. Okay, so these are the winners for July. So we have Robert St. Clair, KT4 Set G. So this is the first time that Robert shared this map, so he will get the Morse code map. This is awesome. Thank you for all the contacts that you share, Robert. Then we have Brandon Hudson, another ham radio operator that won this for the very first time. KQ4PMD. This is awesome. Thank you so much. Then we have some well-known winner here, Bruce Britt, KV4SWP. He's a great supporter. He's always sharing his maps. So thank you so much for participating again, Bruce. Another one, Ryan Thorne, another well-known winner for this ongoing project, W7YBY. This is awesome, Brian. Thank you so much for your participation. I think it's the... let me check here. Brian, yes. So, Brian, you have a selected course from Ham Radio Prep this time that you can pick. Of course, I'm going to contact all the winners after the live stream to get shipped your max and your prices. And then another one, Scott Stockdale. I hope that I'm pronouncing this okay. KR4LYD. Scott, I think that it's another one, yes, that it's the first time that he wins this mug, so he will get the Morse code. So thank you so much to all the people who participated in this. Thank you so much for great map shares that you share every day in our group and in our community. And we will continue. So a new month started, August just started. So it's a new chance to participate in these projects. So I wish you all the best and thank you so much to the winners and to all the participants. Now I am going to continue talking because I'm the only one who has this power.
Let me. I want to give a little bit of an extra note here too, which is just to emphasize: if you share it on your own personal social media and you tag World Radio League, that's like it's like getting a ticket to win, right? So anytime you tag us, you get a ticket to win. You can also share it on the World Radio League Discord, the World Radio League Facebook group, any of the World Radio League socials. But just we don't count any map shares in any private groups for this program because some private groups have rules against running like a contest or a giveaway inside of those groups, right? So we want to just be respectful to the other groups. But this is a fun activity just to get you on the air and kind of like, hey, if you go out, you do an activation, you join a contest, share your map. And I want to give a shout out to Bruce. If you haven't joined the Facebook group, that's a good reason to join as well. Like Bruce has been posting some really good QSO manager tips.
And the World Radio League Facebook group. Catalina, can you grab do you have like a join link that you could put in the chat for the World Radio League Facebook group?
Yes, I'm gonna gather.
Grab that. And I'm actually going to be sharing something from Bruce that Bruce sent over Discord a little bit later when we talk about our QSO manager updates here in just a few minutes on the other side of the break. Bruce sent me this awesome use case in Discord. It's really incredible. So I will Danny says he's got to continue with his red solo cup since he didn't win a mug today. So Danny, try again next time. Keep sharing those maps, brother. But yeah, so I'll be sharing that comment here in just a little bit because it was really, really awesome. So John, I'll answer your question about Morse Mastery on the other side of the break. And we will share the join links for the World Radio League Discord and Facebook group in the chat momentarily. Do not go anywhere. Guys, we will be right back, and we have plenty more show to cover, so do not go anywhere, guys. We are coming right back after this short break. Are you ready to ditch that 90s ham radio logging software and upgrade to something from this century? Well, now you can. Welcome to a brand new era of software in ham radio, World Radio League. Whether you're a brand new ham radio operator just getting started or a seasoned veteran looking to upgrade your logging experience, World Radio League is the ham radio tool suite for you. Its sleek, modern design brings ham radio into today's world. No more digging through endless menus to find basic features. It's all right in front of you, ready to go with just a couple clicks. An extremely customizable logging interface is just the beginning. We integrate with 7 spotting networks to make finding your contacts that much easier. Plus, we offer many custom mapping and analytics tools so that you can view your contacts your way. We have all sorts of tools tailored to contesting, POTA, SOTA, WWFF, and other activities as well. And it gets better. With our cloud-based log storage, you can access your logs using our fully featured web interface in tandem with our robust mobile app. You can log into your account on any device and even log contacts offline, syncing them to your online account later. The best part? Logging with World Radio League is free. Just set up an account and start logging. Want to use advanced features like large log imports and analytics? Upgrade to a premium plan starting at only $3 a month. Join a huge community of ham radio operators at the fastest growing ham radio software platform available by creating your free account at worldradioleague.com today, or search for World Radio League in your favorite app store. Welcome in, music lovers, ham radio enthusiasts, and technological prodigies all across the fruited plain and beyond. Welcome back to the fastest 2 hours in ham radio. We are here on the cutting edge of technological evolution. I am Andy in Zero APX, your extra host of the World Radio League Show, and I have with me the fantastic James and the fabulous Miss Catalina. Welcome in, guys.
Hello, hello.
All right. We are back. I hope like crazy that Catalina is not still having audio issues, because if she is, I'm going to make her drop again and come back, and I'm going to message StreamYard as soon as we're done with this show. And I could yell at them, I could scream at them, but I've also been on the other end of customer service, so I'll probably just write them a nice note and say, please fix this, because this is annoying.
Hey, this is how WRL users feel if they ever get a bug. And I know my echo's back too, but this is a reminder, guys. If you get a bug in World Radio League, just click the report a bug button, and we will do our absolute best. Our help desk, has some volume, but we usually get to them pretty fast. I mean, I think you'll see mostly we'll respond within 24 hours. Let's see if StreamYard's customer support responds as fast as we do, Andy.
I wouldn't count on it, but we'll give it a shot. Brad's like a machine. Brad's like the #1 customer service man in the country. All right. We've got a user asking if they will get a life membership account discount on their 65th birthday next week. You can
why not? That's a cool.
Sure. Email. What do they need to email?
Just email support@worldradioleague.com. Yeah, we could.
Okay,
hey, it's your birthday. That's
absolutely. And anyone else watching this stream who wants a discount on World Radio League or Ham Radio Prep, use code N0APX for 10% off. Y'all can use that code.
And I think it's a good just moment. Hey, the echo disappeared. Or maybe I don't know, Andy.
He muted it.
Yeah, he muted. Okay. It's a good reminder that WRL, you don't have to purchase a membership to use World Radio League. So if you're listening to this and you're like, you guys are talking about memberships, all this stuff. With World Radio League, you can log unlimited contacts forever for free. And you can export all of your data and access it anytime. There's no vendor lock-in or anything like that. You can use it forever for free. And that includes cloud storage, and it includes syncing your contacts across all your devices. All of that is free. There are some advanced features that you get with membership levels, like there's some limits on the number of contacts you can import from an ADIF. That's just kind of a necessity based on cloud storage. But there's some advanced analytics and awards and things like that. And you get the satisfaction of knowing that you are actually keeping us running, because as anyone in ham radio software will know, it is a labor of love, and it is really
absolutely
keeping the train on the track and keeping everything running is all thanks to those members who just basically decide to support out of the goodness of their heart.
Yeah, absolutely. Could you drop that email address in the chat down there for our friend who's about to turn 65? I haven't yet connected your YouTube handle with your name and call sign. I hope to do that soon, so I can keep that mentally in my memory. Somehow I haven't got that locked in yet, but yeah, Benjamin's dead on. WRL customer support rocks. Brad is an absolute machine. He's awesome at what he does. Zach says Brad responded to his in like 5 minutes. That's what Brad does. Brad's really good at it too. So, yeah, absolutely. Well, we've covered 2 or 3 major World Radio League updates, as well as some stuff coming, but we've got more. And James, I talked about this 2 weeks ago because I thought it was on Dev and I could show it, and I couldn't. And I talked about it last week when it was on Dev and I could show it.
It was so fun.
You would talk about it this week and show that it's now on production and people can use it. And once you've showed us what this is, I'm going to show Bruce's comments on this. And this is our QSO manager with the all-new filter selection. Why don't you walk us through it?
Let me get it pulled up. And first of all, I'm going to pull this up, but the first thing I need to do is make sure, if you're a Facebook user, look, everybody has their social media of choice. But if you are a Facebook user, make sure to join the World Radio League users group. Catalina just added it, and you can see awesome posts like Ken, who is representing World Radio League at the Columbus Ham Fest in Ohio.
Let's go, Ken!
Let's go, Ken. Thank you. And if you want to represent World Radio League or Ham Radio Prep at your local Ham Fest, just email partnerships@worldradioleague.com, and we will get you set up with an awesome booth like this. We love volunteers to go out and support their local Ham Fest. I mean, local Ham Fest, they need people like this doing cool stuff, and then it spreads the word about what we're doing as well. So thank you, Ken. And you also get, here we go, some great people getting licenses here. You get some updates from Professor Jim, from people doing all kinds of different activities, map shares. This is a great place to share your maps. And
there are a lot of maps from like the July wrap up, all the contacts that they made in the month. They are amazing.
Yeah,
I think Brad posted his one.
We're up to almost 4,000 members. I mean, there's a lot of people in this group, and we want to like 10x this. Let's make it 40,000 members by, let's say, this time next year. Let's have 40,000 members in the World Radio League Facebook group.
And you get these awesome tips from Bruce. Like Bruce is like creating. By the way, if you come see us at a Hamfest, we'll give you one of these stickers. Thank you, Bruce, for the really nice post here.
Bruce
and he actually
has this sticker logo on like all kinds of stuff. He's got it on his mouse pad. He's got it everywhere. He's done some awesome stuff with it.
And he actually is posting. So if you're in the group, you might get some like tips like this. But what he is showing off is QSO Manager. So QSO Manager is like the one-stop shop to manage all of your contacts, right? So where your logbooks are separated generally, and I'm going to get a little controversial here because I know people have different feelings about how they manage their logbooks. So I'm going to step into some dangerous territory on how to manage this. But the way that we have designed it is that usually you want to keep a separate logbook for any type of a POTA activation, WWFF, SOTA.
James is stepping into dangerous territory here. Please, before you keyboard warrior, start hammering away at your keyboard. Hear him out. Hear him out. This is important stuff.
And again, I'm not saying that anybody's doing it wrong because it's a flexible system, but I'm just saying that like this is the way that it's going to save you some potential trouble down the road. So keep a separate logbook for any special activity and a POTA activation, WWFF, SOTA. Keep a separate logbook for any contests or QSO parties. Keep a separate logbook for like a DXpedition that you're hunting or something like that. Now, I also have I keep logbooks like a 2026 random fund. Some people break it up into here's my random SSB contacts or FTA contacts from July. All of that's great too. You can have some general logbooks, but if you do like a special activity, I would recommend keeping it in a separate logbook. But then you'll say, but James, I want to be able to see all my contacts in one place and do statistics or mapping on that. And here's the great news. You don't have to combine a logbook to do that. You can just go over to QSO Manager, and QSO Manager will show you the complete list of all your contacts across everything. By the way, this is kind of a cool contact I just got yesterday. I got US Virgin Islands in the log, which is, I don't know if anyone has seen this. You get these cool notifications now we built.
I love these. I love these new country in the log notifications. These are so awesome. These are so
cool. These are sweet. These are awesome. And so if you wanted to like filter, so now we've added a lot more filters and sorts to this. So if I wanted to, let's see, I can add columns. So let's add distance. So now I can add a distance column to QSO Manager, and now I can sort my contacts by longest distance. I have some that are, some simplex contacts that registered like almost 0. Then I have some really, really, long contacts on here as well. So you can sort, you can filter, you can buy pretty much anything that's on here. But there's some really cool use cases that this opens up, and I think this is what Bruce was doing. Why don't I just go ahead and share this comment from Bruce real quick, because this is really incredible, and then you can kind of walk us through your perspective on this, James. But this is so awesome. I just really want to share this straight from Bruce. While you're pulling that up, we got 2 comments from Dave and from Zach. Speaking my language. we haven't forgot about the logbook folders yet. The logbook folders are still going to come. So I know a lot of people are combining because they're waiting for the logbook folders. It is still coming. And we've got some other strategies. Zach breaks his out into monthly POTA hunting, annual random contacts, and then logs for various digital modes. That's a nice way. There's no exact right answer. I'll just say that. But I would say if you do a contest or a special event, it's probably best to keep it in its own log. You're on mute, Andy.
I muted. Sorry, I muted because it was a very bad angle.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, thank you, Catalina. Okay. All right, so yeah, different POTA activation, SOTA activation, those is best to keep them all in their own logbooks as well, because they just track easier that way. So Bruce says, this is great visual data. Who wants to look at an Excel spreadsheet? I filtered my antenna, location, and band. This is priceless data for me. 20 meters map and 10 meter map comparison of the Lizard 33 antenna at JP Park. You can design, simulate, fabricate, build, and tune an antenna in lab conditions. All that will do is get you in the ballpark. In the real world, there are so many more variables which change hourly and daily. Without going total point texter with all the scientific data, this shows some real-time field antenna performance data. I like to name my logs by date, location, and antenna for quick reference without having to open the log, even if someone has a base or a handful of antennas. This is great data to have. You've incorporated a real-time visual antenna analyzer. I love this take. Real-time visual antenna analyzer. This is his Lizard 33 on 20. This is his Lizard 33 on 10. This is what he's doing. He's comparing these. Look, on 10, he's getting all East and Europe. And on 20, he's getting North, trending north in Europe. This is just so awesome to see this. And thank you for sharing this, Bruce, because this is just really incredible.
The thing that Bruce does that's really good is he tracks all of his radios and antennas in World Radio League, and then he adds them to the logbook. So let me give you, I think a lot of people already know about this, but it's not something that you have to do. So maybe some people, aren't doing it yet. But if you go to your profile and you click on My Station, you can add station photos. I need to add some station photos, actually. Yeah, antennas and radios. And I actually haven't added photos. The Bruce has taken it another level, and he's added photos to all of his radios and antennas as well. And then when you're logging, so if you're in this log, I've got this with my IC 7300 and my 20-meter dipole. Whatever you have at the settings at the time that you log the contact is going to go onto the log record. And then when you go back and you go to your logbooks, you go to QSO map and you do what Bruce did, you say, okay, show me all the contacts that I made. Let's see if I just do like my, some VHF, UHF contacts here with my Diamond X30. So yeah, you can see when I filter for that, the contacts that are done with my 2 meter 70 centimeter, it pulls up just those contacts in the map view. So now you can create like custom maps based on pretty much anything that's in your QSO data. And we can still add more. If you're missing any of them, then like if we're missing any filters or anything, just let us know. But
so a quick question from Ed is, can you add the date to the logbook name in the filter manager and QSO manager, so you can combine the logbook name and date?
I know what he means though, because he's saying like if you pull this and you have so many logbooks, it can be hard to figure out. Like look at I've activated this park a bunch of times.
Yeah.
So yeah, I see what he's saying. Yeah, that's a great request.
Danny's asking, how about custom filters? We have so many custom combinations about any custom combination you can imagine. I'm not sure exactly what other custom filters we can add, Danny. If you have any specific thoughts there, let us know. Because I would love to, I'd love to hear what you're thinking there. And Old Swamper says, which is Bruce, says these filters are better than sliced bread. Absolutely. Who likes sliced bread? Anyway, no, I'm kidding. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is awesome stuff. This is really incredible, and the team did a really good job. We had one developer working hard on this while James was on vacation, and it just turned out really well. I think it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And James is gonna show us a bunch of stuff that we've already looked at on the stream because he's been out for 3 weeks. And
I know. I wanted to see how I was doing on my America 250. So basically, Andy created this award, but since we got it live a little bit later, my only shot to earn this is the 250 US confirmed contacts. So this is what I'm going for, because I'm not gonna get.
Have it. I think I already got it. I'm not sure, but I think I already got it. So.
Well, I'm going for America 250 US confirmed. That's what I'm going to shoot for.
Yep, absolutely. That's the only one I'm going to qualify for. The others are just it was a lot of work. We have some dedicated people who will get them though. Absolutely. For sure. So yes, this is awesome stuff. So yeah, we've been extremely busy. James, it's been a while since you've been able to do this. It's been a while since you have been able to give us a what's next. What are we working on right now? What's going to be coming up in the next few weeks? What's next for World Radio League? Now that we're beyond WRTC, we are cranking out more features, faster than we just about ever have. I mean, we're cranking through them like crazy. But what's really, the big picture? What features are next? But also, what's big picture coming up?
Well, first of all, I'll just say thanks to everybody that comes on these live streams and tells us your feature requests or sends feature requests in community or sends feature requests anywhere else, because that is where a lot of the upcoming features that we have come from. I can tell you, I might get my dev server running here locally and show you a couple things that are going to be coming out this week. But there's going to be a couple, very quick things that are coming out this week that people have been requested, like the ability to look at all your call sign notes in a single dashboard. There's several just really nice spotting enhancements that are coming out. I know that so many people have been asking for some basic spotting enhancements, like being able to customize the columns you're looking at, being able to auto scan spots, adding some more spotting networks. And we're going to even be adding auto spotting from World Radio League itself.
Yeah, we've got a huge spotting revamp coming. It's going to be awesome.
Yes, that's going to be huge. What else? I mean, there's just there's so many things. I'll say another thing that I'm really excited about is our first version of our API is going to be coming out. Like I said, there's so many apps in ham radio these days, and it's really important that the apps kind of play nicely together. So we've got the UDP connector, but we really want to have a nice modern HTTPS REST API on the web. So if you're using any other apps, or if you're a developer and you want to be able to access your contacts or update contacts from the API, you're going to be able to do that. So we're excited about pulling that in. And I just say overall, I mean, if I was going to say some of the things that I'm really like, maybe some of the future generation things that I'm really excited about, it's going to be a lot of the new awards and challenges that we're going to build into the app. Like, I don't know if you've seen that Jason from Ham Radio 2.0 was doing the 146.520 challenge and trying to get people on Simplex. Cool. I actually emailed him about it. I was like, that would be a perfect thing. Maybe we could collaborate on that, because that would be a great way to get more people active on Simplex, have a challenge and award associated with it. But we're also going to be building in some very new types of competitions, games, and activities. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, absolutely. And me and Zach were talking the other day about some other cool stuff we've got coming, as far as some user-driven, challenges and activities and stuff. It's going to be just really awesome. But yeah, let's answer a couple of these questions quick.
Yeah. I might be kind of going in backwards order here, but Dave, yeah, we have, this one is on the roadmap, adding in the license level and then filtering your spotting by band plan, your spotting by the band plan. Let's hit a couple more of these contacts. If I'm logging by QSOs by month, I might like to filter on just one date or a range.
Yeah, you can do that. We've got a whole date filter built into the QSO manager you can use.
Yeah, just go to the, if you go in the upper right when you're in QSO Manager where it says all time, that's your date filter. So let me pull that up. Just click the all time date filter, and then you can do all time today, yesterday, last 7 days, or you can do a custom range here.
Yeah, absolutely.
August,
yeah, for sure.
1st
and welcome back, John. We haven't talked Morse Master yet, so we'll get to that here shortly. Bruce says in the QSO Manager, select the date filter on the right side, then select your other filters on the left side. Yep, that's exactly how it works. Yep,
exactly.
For sure. All right. Yeah. So James, that was a great rundown of kind of some of the features that we were saying. So big picture, and if you don't have a good answer for this, or if you don't have an answer to share for this, that's perfectly fine. But I'd just like to pose the question to you. And share only as much as you want to, but big picture, we're in August 2026. Where do you see World Radio League? What do you see World Radio League doing? What position do you see World Radio League having in say February 2027? What direction are we heading?
Oh, man, that's a big question, Andy. You're putting me on the spot here today. You know what? I'll say, after doing WRTC and just seeing like how awesome contesting is, you're going to see a lot more like real-time contesting. But I think, like, for myself, when I look at the top 100 contesters in the world, I'm like, I can't compete with these guys, So I think there's going to be a lot more sort of entry level contesting as well, or just challenges like to try to get you active on the air, but also, you know, testing new equipment, trying new different bands and modes, trying different things. I think that's gonna be a big part of what we do at World Radio League. So I think you're going to see a lot more in the way of contesting, challenges, things like that. A lot tighter integration with the radio. I think there's a lot of things on the desktop app that we can do to improve the experience there. Like obviously cat control is good, but there's a lot more that we can do there. And I mean, I could go on for that. Like I want to pose the question back to you, Andy, because I could go on this for the days. I mean, if you want to talk about like the awards and the analytics, there's a million things to add. The logging experience, there's a million things to add. The contesting, there's a million things to add. But I mean, I think the most important thing is like just leaning into what you guys are really enjoying and loving doing, and, you know, trying some new fun things. You know,
Yeah.
Well, what are you excited about, Andy? And if anybody else who wants to drop something in the chat, if there's a big area that you're like, I'm really excited about this, let us know too. But I want to put the question back to you, Andy.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, as you pose the question back to me, my mind, you know, started with, I want to thank our community and drop a metric right here. Announce that we just crossed 90,000 World Radio League users, and that is such an awesome place to be. And then I want to immediately go to Dave's comment here, which is where I see World Radio League is the new Do It All app. I mean, you know, that's where we're headed, is a hub for your ham radio experience. Will it be the only app you ever use? No, of course not. We're ham radio operators. We're never gonna only have one app. But, you know, it's going to be a hub, a source of truth for all of your ham radio ventures. Of course, we experiment with things. We get this and that going, and then the next thing you know, maybe you've lost track of an ADIF file or lost track of the Cabrillo file or this or that. Well, World Radio League stores it all permanently in the perfect spot in the cloud for you to log in and access anytime. And I think that's really, you know, that's really the shining star of World Radio League, is that we are the source of truth for all of your ham radio apps and everything you're using. As we build out this API, we've already got 2 or 3 apps that are building integrations into World Radio League. We'll have tons more once we launch the API, and, you know, everything will be kind of, you know, you can build an ecosystem around your World Radio League account, and I think that's going to be really, really where I kind of see us in the next, 6 months or a year. And we're already, really
well said.
We're already close to that.
Really, really well said, Andy. And I think like part of that I'll emphasize too is like, we want to be like that central hub where you store all your log data, you know, things like that. You're tracking your progress, you're tracking, you know, new challenges that you're taking on, new things you're learning. But we want to keep that ecosystem really open. So that's why we're trying to prioritize getting the API, because we know people are going to be using a lot of different applications, and we want it all to integrate really well. And if WRL is going to be your centralized hub for your logging, for your profile, for things like that, then we need to make sure it integrates into all the tools that you're using. So that's a big point about the ecosystem.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think we are. I think at the rate of growth we're at right now is just unreal. It's incredible to see, our community building and growing every week at such an incredible rate. It's just really awesome. Catalina, I know you got to drop after the break. Do you want to do ham radio this week right now? And me and James will just both mute our microphones so you can do that.
No, don't worry. I will get a new one next week, so it's okay. It's a nice conversation.
Well, we got a couple minutes. Well, we got a couple minutes. I mean, we're about wrapped up our conversation. Go for it.
No, but it's a different mood, and you're doing a great job, so it's okay.
All right. Well, we'll welcome Catalina back to do And it's a really good Ham Radio This Week segment, so I'm kind of sorry we missed it. But maybe she'll do this one again next week, and we can use this topic next week maybe. But I'm really looking forward to that. So at least Catalina got her own Mugs for MapShare segment, even though she didn't get the Ham Radio This Week segment this week. But I know that the audio issues have been annoying and crazy, but I'm going to send a message to StreamYard right after the stream's over, and we're gonna figure out what's going on. Catalina, last chance. Are you sure you don't want to go ahead and do it right now? We've got time. It's perfectly fine. Come on.
No, it's okay.
Okay, we tried. All right. All right, guys.
Well, thanks for joining, Catalina. And I'm sorry I missed the Echolink contact with you. I'm going to try to get you on Echolink next week.
Well, okay. So if Catalina's dropping now, she won't even be doing Echolink. That just ruins everything. But Catalina will be back next week, and her and James are going to have their first Echolink contact next week live on the stream. So be back for that. Me and James are sticking around for the fourth half of the show here. Catalina's got to drop. But we will be right back after a very short break. Thank you, Catalina, so much for coming along for the first 3 segments, and we'll look forward to seeing you back next week. See you, Catalina.
Bye, Catalina.
All right, guys. Don't go anywhere. Me and James will be right back after this very short break.
Imagine setting up your ham radio in a state or national park like this one. Surrounded by nature.
And making contacts with people all over the world.
That's what Parks on the Air is all about. It's one of the most fun and rewarding ways to participate in ham radio.
POTA is for everyone.
Activators head out to parks to experience nature, while hunters try and contact them from home. With over 500,000 participants worldwide, there's an activation happening every day. And in fact, there's probably an activation going on in a park like this right now.
But if you're new, getting started can be overwhelming. From picking the right gear and antennas to setting up in the field, logging contacts, and following the rules.
That's why we created the Ham Radio Prep POTA course, your guide to getting started with Parks on the Air. We'll walk you through everything step by step, from choosing equipment to setting up, on-air operation, and logging.
This course will get you on the air fast and help you to avoid common beginner mistakes.
And even if you already have POTA experience, you'll find plenty of pro tips to optimize your station setup and operations.
We recommend having at least a general license for this course, but even if you're still a technician, this course will help you prepare for the next level and get ready to join in the fun.
POTA is an amazing way to build your skills, get in the outdoors, and connect with other hams around the world. So are you ready to start your next adventure?
Sign up for the POTA course today at hamradioprep.com. Guys, we are back. Welcome back to the fourth half of the show, World Radio League Show episode 60. And we are so thrilled to be here with y'all on Monday, August the 3rd, 2026. You know, it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. It is not bad for the 3rd of August. The 1st of August was amazing. It was like fall, but alas and alack, that can only last so long in August. So we will be looking forward to September when that is much more prevalent. So, but in the meantime, let's have a great August, guys. James, we were having a great discussion there about the future of World Radio League, but I want to kind of lean hard into that kind of train of thought and pose kind of a similar question to you in regard to ham radio prep. Where do you see ham radio prep in in the next 6 months?
I feel like you're trying to get me to reveal something.
No. We're not going down that road. Not yet.
No, I'll just say, this is the World Radio League show, but I think, ham radio prep kind of rolls under the umbrella of World Radio. Anything, ham radio prep and World Radio League. We're the same guys working on both of them, and at the end of the day, it's all about the world radio community, right? But I think, look, all I can say is we're going to have some big surprises with Ham Radio Prep. I think educational materials are a really big deal. I think it's really cool to see how AI is really having an impact on helping you do things. Like I was changing some radio settings today, and like AI has such a huge help for that. And Professor Jim in 4BFR right now is working on an educational video showing about how you can use AI in your shack to help with different things. So that's going to be really good. I mean, basically our big goal is to try to create instructional videos, educational videos on the most important things that people want to learn. And look, I got a million things I need to learn myself. That's the thing about ham radio is you'll never run out of things to learn. That's for sure. And
there's a little sneak peek I'm gonna throw in here. Don't get nervous, James. It's not what you think. There's a little sneak peek of something I'm gonna throw in here, and that's that we keep having people asking about Morse, we're learning Morse code, CW, and we are working on the. I'm getting ready to show this to you. We're working on the Morse Mastery app, and we very likely are gonna start putting some videos together as a training aid, and roll that together as some form of a course or a series. And I think what do you think on that, James? Do you think that's viable?
Absolutely. And I mean, I'm gonna have to beat you here, Andy. I'm sorry. But I think basically when we had so many people from Ham Radio Prep, help me learn Morse code, help me learn Morse code, help me learn Morse code. And look, there's great resources out there. I know you use Long Island CW as well, Andy. You've been a member of them. But that's the thing is, I mean, I think having different options with different styles is great for people. And so we looked at it and we're like, I don't think just a regular Ham Radio Prep course is really the right format, because you need something that's kind of interactive. And that's why we went down the road of Morse Mastery, where we're going to have instructional guides in there, but also have some training. And Andy's just been going crazy on this, and like building, making new releases on this app every single week. So I don't know, maybe Andy, are we going to get to see a little bit of demo of that today?
Yeah, absolutely. And to all of you in the chat, all two of you asking me to turn off it's a live show, we need bumper music, okay? Give me a break. All right. Well, yeah, let's take a look at Morse Mastery. Because this is so cool. And I see John's got an issue here with Morse Mastery. And John, please submit a bug report on that. There's a send feedback button. Go ahead and use that to report a bug, and we will take a look at that issue for sure. But I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here and show you all Morse Mastery. Let me go ahead and get it. Yes, if you sign up for Amateur Extra course, it is permanent, lifetime. Anytime the question pool updates, we update the course and you get continued access to that. So, lifetime access. Let me go ahead and pull up Morse Mastery here. But I'm very excited about the future of Ham Radio Prep as well, because we just launched the Ham Radio Prep for Schools program this year, and we've talked a lot about that on this show. But James, if you could drop the link in the chat down there, if you are part of a school group or whatever, and you want to apply for free courses for your school students, Ham Radio Prep for Schools we're trying to get Ham Radio Prep in schools, every school in America, for free, and we are so excited about it. So this is morsemastery.com, and take a look at this. This is our Morse code training app. It is very much under development. You, the live stream audience, are my guinea pigs. We have not marketed this other than the live stream and some YouTube shorts. We have not. We have not done really anything with it yet. We are just kicking this off and just developing it. It's not even supposed to work perfectly yet because we haven't got it completely, entirely completed yet. But as you can see here, we do have a full course to teach you every character in the Morse code alphabet. at least every character that's used on ham radio, as well as we're developing the module 2, which is learning, copying in groups, sending in groups, sending, an exchange simulators. In fact, Zach suggested to me a POTA QSO simulator, and I guess I haven't pushed that live yet. But I mean, that one's like I'm in the middle of working on that one. It is such an awesome suggestion. I don't know why this thing's giving me a runtime issue. I'm gonna have to do a refresh here. There we go. But I don't know why this thing's giving me a runtime issue all of a sudden, guys. Of course I know why. It's because I'm trying to share this live on the stream, and
this is just a rule of software, Andy.
Yeah,
Anytime you share something like,
you want to find a bug, just share it live on screen, and it will surface. But yeah, absolutely. We're working on a mobile app. We will have a mobile app soon. This is light mode. If you like light mode, I just made half the people in the chat mad at me. I don't know why. That is the weirdest thing. Okay, let me try this again. Let's go to the CW game section because this one's really awesome. This is something new, James, that I don't think you've seen yet. Zach, are you still in the chat? I don't know if Zach's still in the chat. Yeah, John, you're gonna need we've got multiple adapter options. You're gonna need an adapter. Where's the settings? You're gonna need a Haliki MIDI, a Haliki serial, a V-band adapter, a Veil adapter. One of those will work. Haliki MIDI is my favorite. All right, Zach is in the chat. Let's go ahead, Zach. CW Games, Live Arena, quick match, copy duel. Let's do this.
Let's go. Take him down, Zach. Take him down. Andy needs to get beat here.
All right. Let's do this. All right. I'm ready. Now let me mute this here. I'm gonna unshare so that this doesn't play live over the stream. No, I'm gonna keep this up. Sorry, Zach, you're just gonna have to turn your audio down while we do this. All right, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Boom! All right.
Okay, let's see. What was the final score?
It was a tie, 1975 each. Now, we are working on time-based scoring, where the faster you answer, the more points you win. That will be available soon.
Can you make this beginner friendly, Andy? I know I'm giving you a live feature request, but can you make one where it's like it only gives like characters up to a certain?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you know, I think we had that in like V1 of some of the games and stuff, but we needed to basically rewrite the game.
Yeah,
section.
I'm asking a very specific request for me as a
no. It's very, yeah. One of my favorites is like Speed Ladder. This one's really fun. There's some really cool games here though.
This is
really
awesome.
Cool.
I was gonna say, Andy, you didn't know how high the stakes were. I told Zach in the chat that if he won, he was going to be taking over the live stream from now on. So there was some really high stakes on that game.
Awesome. Yes, I can't wait for the time-based games. That's going to be even more fun. But Key It Back is a really awesome one too, because you can You know, it can send you a character and you can key it back like that. So I'm like sending it back to the. And you have like 3 lives, so if you miss 3 characters, you're out. Anyway, it's just a really awesome one. So, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun for sure. So, James, where are you at in Morse Mastery? What course? I'm like working on it constantly. So I've got like progress here, just like this and that and something else. Where are you at?
It's embarrassing. I'm on lesson 2. I'm on lesson 2. So it's so bad. But I know more letters than that. I'm going through it.
We also got rid of a bunch of this useless copy, like text and stuff, and just introduced this thing where it just tells you what you need to do and explains it to you, and then you just start. So rather than having a whole bunch of text here, it just kind of just shows you what you're going to be doing, and then you start doing it. So we also introduced, James, I don't even remember how much of this you have seen before you left. We got XP now. You can build XP by completing different lessons and daily tasks, cool. Daily missions. We've got leagues, so you can. I'm in Spark League right now. I think the next, or no, I'm in Copyist right now. The next one is level 6. I can't remember what level 6 is. Anyway, yeah, I'm not sure. Anyway, I have to double check that. I'm in Spark League. For some reason it's saying Copyist here in Spark right here. I'll check why it's doing that. And then also this mastery board is so neat because it shows what characters I have mastered. See that, James? It shows what characters that I have mastered now. I think this was something that you asked for.
Yes.
And so, yeah. And then operator badges. First day of practice, 3-day streak. We have some, there's the 15% CW proficiency. We have some, I'll just say this. We have Easter eggs in the live chat. Zach, I want you to send the words proper Roger in the live chat and tell me that's not funny. What happens there? For some reason, live chat isn't working. I mean, I'm going to debug this, but if it's not working for you, then just give it like an hour or two and I'll have it debugged. But if it's working for you, just send the words proper Roger in the live chat. I had fun with that Easter egg. So there's a few different Easter eggs. Tell me if you find them all. And it is at morsemastery.com, and it's currently in like pre-alpha. So be forewarned, there are bugs, but we're working on them. So we're working through this. James, feedback. What's your thoughts on this?
I love it. I mean, it's amazing, man, how fast you've been building this and like how feature rich it is. I mean, for me, this is perfect for somebody who's like just like, I love that it makes it really easy to get in and just start with like learning the letters, but then it builds up nicely where you can get into more advanced things and you can play some games. And I think too, it kind of makes it nice where even when you're learning and you're a beginner, you still have some games that you can play because that makes it more fun. Whereas you're not just 100% practicing letters all the time. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like the faster you can get into something that's a little bit more fun than just copying all the time, it's going to be more successful.
Definitely. And I'm kicking off my bug resolution flow right now. So hopefully this will be fixed within, a few minutes, Zach, but we'll figure out what's going on. But yeah, so this has been so much fun to work on. And like I said, it's coming to mobile very soon. We have, of course, daily streaks. We have XP points, all kinds of different things that we are. And good question. Is this part of WRL and HRP? James, how would you answer this question exactly? I'm
Kind of.
Kind of.
Kind of. I mean, it's made by the same company, but it just made sense to put it in a separate app because when an app gets too many things into it, it just gets more confusing. So we wanted to put it into a separate app.
Yeah. Definitely.
It's weird hearing yourself talk as part of an echo. It's like nails on a chalkboard. I'm like,
like I said, I do not know what's going on with StreamYard, but we will figure it out.
Speaking of which, do you know Andy's voice is in the app? If you haven't used the app, that's a reason just to go to it right now and actually hear Andy do code talking, which is an incredible. Maybe you can explain code talking a little bit.
Code talking is one of the greatest ways to cement Morse code characters in your head. You do not want to memorize characters as dots and dashes. You want to memorize them as sounds. So
don't look at in other words, don't look at your cup like the one that I have here, which you can win from Mugs from App Shares. Yeah. It's a fun reference, but you shouldn't just look at this and memorize it.
Yeah, absolutely. And here, let me share the screen here just so you can kind of see a visualization, because you can visualize it. It's just a little bit. Honestly, I think we are one of the only apps to actually visualize this. But you can see here it says did-audit. That is a sound. You read that as a sound, and you cement that in your brain. Did-audit. R is did-audit. So this is where it would be very useful to start introducing videos into this, is because I code talk it to you, but you should be code talking it to yourself constantly. So R is did-audit. S is did-it. O is da. If you're driving down the street and you see a stop sign, you should look at that stop sign and go did da. Dit. It should be these things. Just you should be doing this on street signs, on license plates. Everything that you see, you should be doing this in your head to memorize these characters.
And then people will look at you like you're crazy.
Yeah, well, I mean, do it.
Like, I'm not
crazy. You don't have to do it out loud. You don't have to do it out loud.
I'm just kidding.
You don't have to do it out loud.
Who cares if they think you're crazy? As long as you're learning Morse code.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're ham radio operators. We're kind of crazy by nature, but but really, I mean, this is one of the best ways to cement the sound of a character in your brain and I really think, James, this needs to be its own video. This could be like one of the first videos we do for the course is code talking.
By the way, if you guys don't follow Hobby Steve,
my computer just got taken over by my bug fixing agent. Sorry.
Speaking of crazy, if you don't follow Hobby Steve, go give Hobby Steve a follow. He makes so many videos of just turning random things into antennas and making contacts on them. It's incredible. I think he mostly does it with a G90, but
G90 will tune anything.
Yeah, G90 will tune anything.
For sure. Yeah, so code talking is an incredible way to learn Morse code. And to help, to cement the sounds in your brain, but you're wanting to learn the sounds, the complete sound of a character, not the individual. No, you don't want to learn the dots and dashes. You don't even want to learn the individual dits and daws. You should be learning the complete sound of a character. So you should not read R as dit, da, dit. You should read it as did-audit. It's did-audit. Or if you're into the proper Roger that Forrest KI7 QCF has popularized, sometimes it can be did-audit, which, is fine as well. But, an S should not be dit. It should be did-it. So, yeah, absolutely. Zach says saying, did-it, da, da-da-da-da-da-da-dit when you're a passenger doesn't have the same effect to the driver as stop. That's awesome. I love that. Okay. Yes. So anyway, James, you're kind of on the front edge of learning Morse code. I'm in the fairly good at POTA, not great at rag chewing category. So kind of, we're kind of at two different spots, but we're both learning still. So from your perspective, what do you see in Morse mastery? What's your kind of take on this? What's your any tips that you've picked up as you have begun your CW journey? What are you kind of thinking here?
Well, I'll have a better answer next week, but a couple of things I can mention right away is what you just said, the code talking. Mm-hmm. So I think code talking is huge. I think consistency, I'm definitely learning, is huge. Like, because if you don't study for a while and then you come back to studying, like I just got back from the WRTC thing in England and then I was traveling all over. And so it's hard to keep learning new letters when you forget the ones that you knew before. So I think consistency is big. And I'm excited. I know you started working on a mobile app for this as well, too. To the consistency point, that's one of the things that did really good with ham radio prep is once you could study on your phone, and then a lot more people started getting their license, because then you can lay in bed, you can do a lesson, and you could be just like kind of on the go, and you can do a lesson. So, I think you're doing awesome on it. Like
I really appreciate that. I am not at the level of our awesome dev team. James has kind of let me go wild on this, and I'm having so much fun. But yeah, it's really been an incredible experience to design. It's the ham radio prep app, that is a course app where the developers can handle the app structure, and the instructors can handle the course content. World Radio League is much more in depth, where we've got developers running the structure, and but we've got product manager, industry specialists and industry experts kind of working very closely with them to design it properly. Morse Mastery is the use case is so tied to the structure, so extremely hard, that you have to have course design, implementation is all really, really tight. And so it's kind of hard to separate that out very, very far at all. So it's been a challenge, but it's been really fun to kind of work on that a little bit solo for a little while, and kind of work through some designs and some things there to get it to where the design and the course structure and the implementation all just mesh together really well. And I think we're getting close. I really think we're getting close, and I think it'll be ready for a launch pretty soon, and I'm really excited about that.
I mean, I think it's ready for a nice launch here. I mean, almost it's right there. So
yeah, it'll be. I need to wrap up some finalizations on the module 2 course lessons, but after that, yeah, man, I am so ready to get this thing out the door. And of course, we're still going to be cranking out all kinds of new stuff on it like crazy, but I'm just ready to get it where we can start marketing it and really get it out there in front of people, and really get a lot of ham radio operators, using Morse code again. I mean, it's really awesome. Parks on the Air Morse code is just, is so fun. It's just so fun. It's an incredible experience. I love doing single sideband. You know me. I talk for 2 hours every Monday to you all. But there's something about CW that is just so much fun and very enjoyable. And I'm really excited to get this out in front of some people. And hopefully, I would love it. I would absolutely love to be, some people's first CW contact after they've studied with Morse Mastery. In fact, we're going to have to come up with maybe we'll even have member numbers or something where you can send MM1 or MM2. That would be really awesome. I would love to do that. But it would be really cool to be somebody's first CW contact after they've studied using Morse Mastery. And there's also, after we get this runtime issue resolved, there's live chat directly within Morse Mastery, where you can have contacts with people online anytime. And it's incredible to see this all coming together.
I'm glad we put this into its own system, because it's so different than what we do with ham radio prep. I also want to say to everybody who has made it this far, thank you so much. I know the echo is really crazy, so thanks for hanging in there. It's been hard for me to talk at times. I know that the show was a little bit crazy with all the echo and everything, but thanks for hanging in there. Thanks for all the awesome feature requests, and thanks for sticking with us for the show. We will get the audio.
I guess James is wrapping up the show for me here. No, I'm kidding. Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you everybody so much. Really appreciate that, James. It is so awesome for you to be back on the show, and I can't wait to do a whole nother one next week. Looking forward to it, man.
Me too. Right, and we'll
guys.
have we'll have great new features for you next week. We'll have some great updates for you.
And hopefully great audio.
Great audio.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here for the fastest 2 hours in ham radio. I'm Andy, N0APX, product manager for World Radio League and extra ham radio operator, host here today live from the Blue Barn Studios. We will see you all next week for episode 61 of the World Radio League show, and we are looking forward to it. Catalina will be back. We'll be doing some Echo Link. Come join us. 7-3, everybody. I'm Andy, N0APX, saying 7-3 and dip.